When I was a little kid, as we call here in Brazil in Portuguese, a pirralho, I thought the world as that beautiful, magical place where everybody lived in peace and there was no problems. That was the world in my head at that time. And as you grow up, you are introduced to more content about how the world really is. So you go passing grades, and at 5th grade, generally, is the year where you learn the most. That's my opinion, and I think you learn a lot in 5th grade. And in 5th grade, you also get introduced how the world actually is and the problems that there are in the world. And in 5th grade, I was introduced to the greenhouse gas effect and the climate change in general. I was introduced to that by a great teacher and in a TED presentation. And in that, it talked about the Treaty of Paris, talking about that we had 12 years to stop the mess we did. This mess was because we, humans, we were taking oil and natural gas out of the soil and bringing it up and then burning to make energy. And that made CO2. CO2, it is a greenhouse effect gas, and it serves like a blanket in the earth. And it traps the sun rays inside the earth in a way that they get hotter and hotter and hotter. It's like an oven, and it's really getting bad. And it's going to get a point that is going to be so hot that we can't stop it anymore. It's going to be a really bad thing, and it could cause our extinction. So here is a graph of the CO2 levels in the earth. So that is, over there. That is 100,000 years ago, before today, there. So it never passed that line, 300 parts per million. The highest it went was over there. And then it spiked. That was when we started using a lot of coal and a lot of natural gas. And now in 2018, it reached, in the end of 2000, the average was 407 parts per million. That is a lot, and it's covering the earth in a way that it makes it a lot hotter than it should be. And we're in 2019 when I'm filming this, so it's probably like a lot higher. So we have a really big problem. How big, you ask? A really big, because like an example is the oceans. The oceans, they like absorb most of the heat. And that heat is being transferred to the corals. And the corals, they're dying, they're bleaching, they're going white. So that layer of CO2 is trapping the heat and making most of the corals in the earth die. And they serve a lot to our ecosystem. And that is really bad for us. Also, people think, what is that going to affect in my life? A lot. Because that heat is going to probably make crops die, make fish die, and you're probably going to starve. An example is Stephen Hawking told us that we need to find a planet to live up until like 20 years from now. And because if not, we can reach extinction because of the global warming. But I just ask, isn't it easier to take care of our planet? A perfect place where we have water, the ecosystems, we have everything we need to live. Isn't it easier to take care of our planet, our home? Think about it. Thank you.